Hello and welcome to A Brit Reacts to Bollywood. I want to say to all of you, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, Sat Sri Akal Ji, Vanakkam. And the last on the 100 Greatest Bollywood Songs list, which I would have done, was Chole Ke Piche. But I've already done that some months ago. Chole Ke Piche Kaye, Chole Ke Piche, all that. Very interesting. So today I'm going to be looking at the next one on the list, which is 49. I'm halfway through the list. It's Madhumati. Madhumati is really interesting because it's described as a 1958 Hindi language paranormal romance film. Directed and produced by Bimal Roy, the film stars Dilip Kumar and Vyjayanthimala in the lead roles, with Pran and Johnny Walker in supporting roles. The plot focuses on Anand, a modern man who falls in love with a tribal woman named Madhumati, but they face challenges in their relationship, finally leading to a paranormal consequence. It was ranked 11th in the Outlook magazine's 25 leading Indian directors poll for selecting Bollywood's greatest films. It was the highest grossing film of 1958, one of the most commercially successful and influential Indian films of all time. It received overwhelming reviews from critics who praised the technicality, soundtrack and the performance of the cast. It was one of the earliest films to deal with reincarnation, and was described by analysts as a potboiler that has a gothic and noir feel to it. It almost sounds like one of those vampire films, the way they describe it. It inspired later regional and international films that have reincarnation-based themes. Won a ton of awards. The poster looks extraordinary from the 50s. Hollywood would be very proud of that kind of style, and the tense intimacy between the two stars there and the dramatic font of Madhumati on the poster is beautiful. And of course our beautiful favourite Dilip Kumar with the wonderful voice. The plot is quite long. On a stormy night, engineer Devinder drives down a hill road with his friend to fetch his wife and child from a railway station. A landslide blocks their path and the friends take shelter in an old mansion. Very gothic. Devinder finds the house uncannily familiar. In the large front room he finds an old portrait which he recognises. His friend and the old caretaker join him, and Devinder, amid flashes of memory from another life, sits down to tell his story while the storm rages outside. Anand is the new manager of Shyamnagar Timber Estate. An artist in his spare time, he roamed the hills and fell in love with Madhumati, a tribal woman whose songs have haunted him from a distance. Anand's employer, Raja Ugra Narain, is a ruthless, arrogant man. Anand, who refuses to bend down to him like others, incurs his wrath. Anand has enemies among his staff. He is sent away on an errand and returns to find that Madhumati has disappeared. He learns that she has been taken to Ugra Narain, and confronts him, but Ugra Narain's men beat him unconscious. While the men are taking Anand's body out of the palace, they meet Madhumati's father, who had to fight to stop his own daughter's death. He had won, but died on the road, while Charandas hides and takes Anand's body to a hospital. Anand's life is saved, but his mind wanders. One day he meets a woman who looks exactly like Madhumati. He says she is Madhvi, but Anand refuses to believe her. Her companions beat him when he tries to plead with her. Madhvi finds a sketch of Madhumati and realises he was speaking the truth. She takes the sketch and learns his story. Meanwhile, Anand is haunted by the spirit of Madhumati, who tells him Ugra Narain is responsible for her death. He appeals to Madhvi, who agrees to pose as Madhumati before Ugra Narain and make him confess to being responsible for her death. Okay, I'm going to stop there. This reminds me strongly of Vertigo by Alfred Hitchcock. A woman who dies and then a doppelganger of her appears, haunting the lead man. There's a mystery, there's a thriller, this extraordinary kind of psychodrama of what this means and the deep kind of meanings of it. It's an extraordinary mixing of the two stories, and I'm fascinated by this. What's even stranger is Vertigo was released in exactly the same year as Madhumati. What does that mean? I love this. I love ambiguities of this and the strangeness of this. I love this as a storyline. It reminds me of the film Cars, with the song Om Shanti Om, where Rishi Kapoor, his character is reincarnated, and he has flashbacks to his previous life as part of the plot that goes through both lives. It's fascinating. This song is AAJA Re Pardesi Main with Dilip Kumar and Vyjayanthimala. Let's take a look. So this is where his character first encounters this mysterious woman. What a shot! Look at those violent waters tumbling down at the bottom of that waterfall. This is like pre-rural India. This is like raw nature India. This is stunning and beautiful. Look at that shot. That's a shot. Oh, yes, this is exquisite. The sense of mystery becomes visual. The sense of time and reality being vague. The mists of time. Wonderful, wonderful cinematography. And the song, this is gorgeous. The juxtaposition of this modern man with this primal, traditional woman, beautifully played by Vyjayanthimala here. She's full of joy. This is everything I love Oh my gosh. Everything about Bollywood, about real mystery and gothic mystery and supernatural mystery and a thriller and good versus evil. Oh, that you could really see that the director and cinematographer had really thought deeply about multiple levels of meaning. And that whole set with the mists and this figure emerging from the mists as though from another dimension, that is such a powerful visual metaphor. You have an incredible film in this. And to think this was made in 1958. No fancy dance routines, no high budget, multiple crore of rupees spent, 2 people, 1 national park setting, an exquisite song. That's all you need. And some imagination and a story. Lata Mangeshkar sung that. I just cannot believe how good that is. Oh, the director, Bimal Roy. This is a film that I would actively watch in its entirety. It's such a good ghost story. There's so much to be said for this. If you have any knowledge or information about this film, please leave them below. Please come, O stranger, I am waiting on this shore, gazing to paths my eyes turned sore. I am such a light of flare, neither could blaze nor could smother. Come meet me, my life partner. Since many rebirths we're orbiting, how could you forget, my darling? I am restless, whether dawn or evening. I am stream, still I am thirsty. This is really a deep mystery. Without you, this night is sulky. I love it. Okay, guys, I am your Brit reacting to Bollywood. I do rely on donations. I have a PayPal below. Come and support so I can do more of this. I love this song, passionately. This is your Brit reacting to Bollywood, and I say to you all, chin chin, cheery, oh.